How's it going, everyone? My name is Derek Afasi. I'm the owner of Afasi Financial Group. And today's topic, I want to discuss with you guaranteed life insurance and do it in two separate ways to help you understand exactly what's possible when purchasing permanent life insurance. One, what's a cost-effective way to utilize permanent life insurance rather than a whole life, but you could actually go with something known as a GUL plan. And then the other is, if you're not insurable, how to get set up properly on a guaranteed issue, life insurance plan or something right along those lines to make sure that you're at least acceptable for through the insurance carrier, so that you could at least leave your loved ones some sort of inheritance. Now, the very first portion is individuals that typically deal with an advisor. That advisor is going to ask them a slew of questions, and they're going to uncover some sort of need. Based upon exactly what that answer comes back, this advisor typically recommends, try to put as much money in permanent life insurance as possible. If you've ever seen any of my other videos, I always recommend, you want to have the correct portions correlating specifically to your goals. Meaning, if you have a specific college goal, making sure that you're providing life insurance, God forbid you pass away, you're providing to your children to go to school. Maybe that might be a short-term goal. Maybe that might be a 20-year goal. You could use term for that. A mortgage, you could use term for that. If there's a specific debt, maybe you understand that you have credit card debt that's going to be paid off within 10 years. That's term insurance. You could basically accomplish that goal through just term insurance. You don't have to get a large permanent death benefit policy. So a lot of times term life insurance could really correlate to that goal and make sure that it's accomplishing that specific goal. Now, everything above the term life insurance need, obviously, you're going to want to have some sort of permanent life insurance. What I mean by permanent life insurance is an individual just wants to know, as long as they're paying monthly premium and it's at a set amount every single month, that God forbid they pass away. If they pass away tomorrow, their beneficiaries are going to receive a tax-free death benefit. If they pass away when they're in their hundreds, their beneficiaries are going to receive a tax-free death benefit. So that's the power of life insurance. It's a big game of leverage. You're leveraging your health, your age, your dollar amount in with the insurance company, and the insurance company is leveraging your dollar amounts along with millions of other people's dollar amounts and their ages and their actuarial tables and their general accounts to make sure that they're providing you a specific death benefit that is going to make mathematical sense. Meaning, if you go and let's say you take out a $100,000 death benefit plan that's going to be a permanent plan, you could leverage only $20,000 to accomplish that $100,000 goal. Meaning, if you only paid premiums of $500 and you pass away, well then your beneficiaries receive $100,000. If let's say you just keep living, and you pass away in your hundreds, maybe you would have paid a total of $20,000, but your beneficiaries receive $100,000. So it's because of that large game of leverage, you don't have to take your money, throw it into a savings account, and basically hope that it's going to grow and hope that you're going to have this large inheritance for your beneficiaries. You could do it in a much more efficient manner through life insurance and through permanent life insurance. Now, typically advisors, they recommend whole life insurance, okay? And they say as long as you're going, it's a permanent life insurance plan, you're going to go, put your premium dollars in, it's going to go into this plan, you're going to have a death benefit forever. Well, whole life insurance, the downside to that is you have a lot of hidden fees, a lot of hidden costs with whole life insurance, and something known as cash value. Cash value comes with a cost. You're essentially you're paying more premium dollars into this death benefit portion to receive a dividend that comes back and essentially goes into your cash value. So sometimes whole life insurance is necessary, and that cash value component is very necessary if you want to supplement retirement and all these different variations of life insurance needs. Now, for the individual that just wants solely a death benefit, solely like a permanent term life insurance, like a term that will cover you until age 120, then you could go a different route. It's known as a guaranteed universal life insurance. It's not universal life insurance, it's guaranteed universal life insurance, and that G in the word is so important to understand. Reason being is because, unlike regular universal life insurance that's tied to interest rates, this plan is also tied to interest rates, but because interest rates are so low, the cash value could be at $0, and rather than your policy blowing up like a lot of individuals have have had downside and have experienced that negative aspect of a universal life insurance policy, in the past when they first took it out in their 80s, and now all their policies are blowing up and they need to owe the company more money. The guaranteed factor is a rider, is an additional rider that just basically says you pay your life insurance on a monthly basis. We're going to guarantee you that you have a death benefit that will get paid out to your beneficiaries. If you pass away within 1 week, the death benefit's going to get paid out. If you pass away when you're in your hundreds, your death benefit's going to get paid out. But rather than utilizing a whole life insurance plan, and let's say you're using $500 a month to purchase the most optimal death benefit coverage through a whole life insurance plan, maybe depending upon your age, maybe you'll get $100,000 of death benefit, as opposed to a guaranteed universal life plan that you're not interested at all in cash value growth. That's the major difference. You're looking at optimal death benefit coverage. Maybe that might give you $500,000 of death benefit. So your need is going to be accomplished a lot smoother and it's going to correlate more to your goals than a whole life insurance plan. So it's very important that you understand those differences. Now, the other aspect that I said that I wanted to talk about was the guaranteed portion of, what happens if you're uninsurable? The way that life insurance gets rated is, you can't look at an advertisement, you can't look at a television commercial and say, okay, I saw that, Bob and Susie they had $500,000 of life insurance, and, this commercial is showing that it's only going to be $20 a month. Well, most likely that's term life insurance, and most likely that's the cheapest term life insurance, and most likely it's showing that they're getting the highest rating. So the way that life insurance gets determined is male or female. Women live longer than men. So women have a cheaper life insurance premium than men. A smoker, non-smoker. Obviously, non-smokers have a cheaper premium to pay than smokers because statistically proven, smokers die off before non-smokers. The last would be ailments, maybe weight, height, weight, blood, urine. Is there something that your height, weight tables are off where people that typically, when they survey the actuarial tables, someone that's 30 years old that is, 5'9", 300 pounds is obviously going to be much higher rated than a 30-year-old that's 5'9", that's 165 pounds. Because this statistically proven, this 30-year-old is going to live a lot longer, understanding that the company is going to be able to receive premiums for a longer duration of time. So it's all about that big game of leverage. Now, for somebody that's uninsurable or got deemed uninsurable through a couple of different carriers, they could go with something known as a guaranteed issue life insurance plan. And what that does is it's going to be for very small face amounts. These are mainly for funeral type policies, something that you want to make sure that you're covering your burial insurance, and there might be some certain stipulations with it. One of the things that we do is we're an independent agency, so we represent every single carrier, every single contract in your specific area. There's not going to be a carrier, there's not going to be a contract we cannot offer you. Basically, when you call in, we're going to say, and you said, listen, I'm uninsurable, I have cancer, I just had a heart attack, whatever it is, all these other carriers are basically, they're not allowing me to have the life insurance. First off, we have proprietary relationships, and we could find out, depending upon your ailment, whether or not that truly is the case. Or did you just so happen to go to the company that doesn't like to take on specific risk? Like some carriers love taking on diabetes as a risk. Some carriers don't like taking on diabetes. So with one carrier, you might have a standard rating if you have diabetes, and the other carrier will just be a complete decline with another carrier. So it's all about sifting through all those different carriers, and then on top of it, if you're uninsurable, what exactly are going to be the most cost-effective route for a guaranteed issue life insurance plan? So, when looking at your life insurance need, you have to understand, okay, what portion could I suffice with term insurance? What portion do I want to have with the permanent insurance? And then when you go a little bit further, if you do want to have that permanent insurance, do you want something with cash value? Do you want something like an IUL plan or a whole life insurance plan, or do you want something just pure optimal death benefit like a GUL that you could save hundreds upon thousands of dollars every single month into those types of plans? And then the very last factor would be, am I insurable? So when calling into our office, I know there's a lot of information to throw at you, but when calling into our office, we simplify the process. And what happens is we offer 24/7 customer service. It's 1-800-566-1002. When calling, you say, I'm interested in life insurance. I'm interested in guaranteed life insurance. And from there, you're going to be dealing with a life insurance specialist. A life insurance specialist is going to ask you a slew of questions, and it's really going to help you find out how much insurance you need, or whether or not you really do need something on a permanent realm, or could you just accomplish that goal with term insurance and make sure that you're saving a lot of money in the process. Ailments, if smoker, non-smoker, different things that will allow us to utilize our tools and utilize our proprietary software and strategies to make sure that we're giving you the most optimal recommendations. From there, if there is a need that's uncovered, if what you're currently doing is not going to suffice your specific goal, then we'll make our recommendations. On average, the individual that calls into our office that asks for different types of strategies regarding their life insurance, we go through over 1,200 different results before giving any recommendations. So that's on average. Some of them, there's a lot more. Sometimes we go over 3,000 different contracts, different scenarios, making sure that you're going to have the most optimal result. And the name of that process is known as the Retire Sharp Planning System. It's something that we deemed in-house, something that no other company has, and it basically allows us to utilize all these different softwares and basically see all the contracts out there and match them up with the exact strategies, making sure you either have laddering strategies and you could have the most optimal life insurance contracts. And all this means is at the end of the day, how could you use the smallest amount of dollars possible to get the greatest benefit with the highest quality? And that's it. But just always be mindful that you never have to go into a one-size-fits-all plan. You don't have to go to the advisor up the street. You could go, give us a call, and have confidence knowing that the route that you're going to go is going to be the correct route, and you've really been through the ringer, making sure that over 1,200 different scenarios have been put in place before your recommendations have been made. We are A+ rated on the Better Business Bureau. We've always had very good reviews. We've never had any complaints, and it's because of this methodical process. I recommend going to our website, retiresharp.com, or subscribing to our YouTube channel, Retire Sharp, so you could have access to the most updated videos. Depending upon the amount of questions that come in, typically we try to shoot out videos on a weekly basis, and I know that you guys will definitely find value in my company, and please just keep watching the videos and get further informed, and I hope that you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much, guys. Take care.